I thought I'd make it like the director's cut, where they might sound almost distracted as they're talking about the movie. Maybe the good stuff comes out when you do that. But yeah, I made myself the bad guy. You know, the Sorg is the bad guy. The SORG, that stands for, well, we don't know. No one knows. You know, it could be self-organization, self-organizing, like self-organizing intelligence, or it could be superorganism. And this is, you know, part of the mystery going on with this city of the future. They call themselves Gen City. Gen as in generation, GEN. But the fact is, there's more than one city. They think they're the only ones. They think they're kind of the saviors of humanity. And the truth is, our star here, she's the only savior of humanity. She's the real hero. She's an action hero in the movies. Well, it turns out, once that role is taken away from her, she sees who her friends are and where her alliances are. Well, she still wants to save the world. So that's what happens. She needs to get to the bottom of this mystery, the legend of Car Forest. What is this? This Car Forest. Supposedly, all the trees came into existence because of the Car Forest. And we have old documents from Saint Shelby Carroll. And Sorg is always manipulating the information, but these old documents, we take them as sacred. And we don't understand them entirely, but it seems like they're telling us that Saint Michael Mark used snake energy to raise the Car Forest. And we are all indebted to him because we live in Sequoia City. We don't call it that, but we have sequoias here, and they are inside the bubble. Now, the technology of the bubble makes it so we don't see blue. No, the time frame is not even what we think it is. We're told it's the year 3122, but the year is actually 2133. The discrepancy of the years is because people believe they don't die. This is what they're told. And when people do get older, they see the aging happen, but they don't realize that leads to death. All of humanity has been recapitulated. It's the restart. It's the great restart. And the great noticing is going to be started by our hero, Stella Reticulum Maxima. She's uncovering the legend of the Car Forest. True, untrue. St. Michael Mark has been dead since the 21st century. So this is 100 years before the actual time frame. More than 100 years. So the remnants of the truth are hard to uncover. All the time, the system, the Sorg, is distracting people from what's important, taking all their self-energy away and giving them a theology that disempowers them completely. Any kind of individuality is frowned upon. That's the entire system. That's the politics, that's the theology, and that's the corporation. That's the spirit behind the corporation called the Sorg. And I don't use that word spirit lightly. We have a theology, and that involves St. Tesla. We have the Sarcastic Evangelist Choir. They double as judges. They're not a choir, they're a chorus. A chorus will judge you. And St. Tesla has been taken over. He's been co-opted by a system that he would despise. And that's the problem. What they use against the people is our theology, our desires, like our ego, and this idea that currency is not needed. This is a communist society, and everyone does their part. Everyone, even the famous people like our rock and roll stars, our action heroes, Stella Reticulum Maxima, even her, she's got to do her part in society and get real. She's got to clean the latrines. So she was set up. She was set up in that way. And the value system is flipped on its head, where people think that fame is purity. And Stella comes to uncover this mystery, this distraction, this propaganda, to detach the world, to deprogram the world. Gen City is the population, to make them understand that they're not a city, they're people. Gen City is not the people. That's a corporate name. That's a program. This is a story of deconditioning. But the accusation system defends the accuser, not the accused. So the words are important of the accuser, and she doesn't even get to know why she's been accused. Our Stella. At first she believes it was over her communal duties, but then she learns that it's because they think she was practicing a form of magic, something that we call art. You cannot be self-empowered in any way, and lots of forms of art are considered magic and deemed illegal. But the truth is, she's an actress. They were using her as a prisoner. They were secretly to promote filming her, the gold mining operations in the Grand Canyon and the Great Salt Flats. But today, these are called Magna Canyon and the Maximus Salt Flats. We like Latin.